welcome to this week's edition of Boxing Pick, the premier destination for boxing picks. My name is Hisham, and in this week's episode we're going to be covering two fights for later on tonight. Vergil Ortiz versus Serhi Bohauchuk, and a female fight between Cecilia Breakhus and Marisela Cornejo, where I think there could be some very good value. We're going to hear from my partner Stephen Breadman Edwards in a moment, and that was some very excellent predictions he gave us for last week, where he predicted a very big upset. So we're going to jump right into this, and we're going to give you some very good picks. If you're new to us, new to this channel, thank you very much for listening, and we're just going to keep improving the channel. Stay with us, and we're going to give you some great picks. Thank you. See you next week. I'm joined by my partner, one of the greatest boxing minds we have in our sport, Stephen Breadman Edwards. Stephen, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Very interesting fight later on today, Vergil Ortiz versus Serhi Bohauchuk. What do you think about this fight?
Ever since this fight was announced, I heavily favor Ortiz. Unless Bohauchuk has a chin like Triple G and Marvin Hagler, I just don't see how he can win the fight.
I agree with you. If we jump straight into the odds, Stephen, Vergil Ortiz is a minus 400 favorite, but if we look at the props, Vergil Ortiz to win by a knockout, you can currently find still right now at many books for a minus 120. What do you think about that? Is that value?
Yes, I think he's going to win the fight by knockout.
I think so too. I just can't get the knockout loss that Serhi Bohauchuk lost a few years ago against Brandon Adams. He just looked so vulnerable in that fight.
He was winning the fight, but he's so open for a left hook counter.
Yeah, you're right. Would you say Vergil gets him early or late? What would your guess be?
I think it's going to take a little bit of time. I think midway through the fight, not early, but like that midway section of maybe 5 through 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I would agree with you. There is one more fight I wanted to talk to you about, Stephen, that I think there could be some value in. There's a ladies' fight between the first lady of boxing, Cecilia Breakhus. She fights a late replacement, Marisela Cornejo. Are you familiar with that fight?
No, I'm not.
The thing is with that fight that Cecilia Breakhus opened as a clear favorite, but people have been betting on Marisela Cornejo. I personally think that this will be a really, really close fight. I think it can be a close decision either way, but really where I see the value in this fight, Stephen, would be in the draw. I really think that this fight has a big chance to end in a draw, and that can currently be had at a plus 1800.
Hey, man, go for it. I'm not familiar enough with the fight, so I can't really say.
All right, but I think it will be a very, very close fight, very close decision either way, and a very big chance for a draw at a plus 1800. That can be incredible value. But thank you very much, Stephen, for the prediction for Vergil Ortiz versus Serhi Bohauchuk. We are in agreements. We're picking Vergil Ortiz to win by a knockout, currently priced at a minus 120. And that was an excellent week, by the way, last week, Stephen. That was some very, very good upset predictions that you gave us all. So we look forward to talking to you more next week, Stephen. And for everybody listening, thank you so much. We're going to be creating even more content, and the channel will only be improving more and more. Thank you, Stephen, and talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Goodbye.